The next section was about a man named Eugene. He talks about how he grew up in the Bronx. He also mentioned that there are several other boroughs, the four other boroughs in New York City, but he grew up in the Bronx. He went to elementary school in the Bronx. He went to middle school in the Bronx, and so on. He mentions that he did have a twin sister, but she died around 9 months, supposedly because of pneumonia, so he grew up essentially as an only child. Um, when he went to middle school, he started to try some other activities. He started to play sports. He also mentions that his family moved into a new apartment where he had his own room and he had space for toys, and that was very exciting for him. Going into high school, he found that he really loved tennis. He jokingly mentions he wasn't famous, but he did really enjoy playing. Um, After high school, he later on married his first wife. The marriage was short. He mentions he was young, so that's really all that I should say about that. Um, and then later on down the road, he went to Howard University, where he got his Howard University School of Social Work, where he got his master's in social work. He moved to Washington, D.C., where he um, worked for the government, and he really enjoys working in that job. He also married his second wife, who he had two children with. One, I believe, was named Vivian. She's 9, and the older son, closer to 14, mentions that that young gentleman is a handful, but that he's managing everything. Both he and his son are members of the Boy Scouts, an organization that he really enjoys being a part of. They go camping a lot. They go fishing. He mentions that last weekend they went camping for 3 days in the rain, and of course he got a cold, but he's recovered. He encourages other people to join the Boy Scouts as well. And then he mentions that he also really enjoys being a part of the church that in his local community. So um, that's another sort of uplifting activity for him. He wishes his parents had been alive to see all of the success that he has achieved.